Hi everybody, this is Gary Demas, Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Sunday, February 15th, 2026. Hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend, and let's get started. So we had some really good economic news that came out on Friday, and originally we saw the futures drop on that, which was kind of, I put it in the morning notes. I said it was just a little strange to see, really everything that's lining up for the bulls as far as the economy going well. And the market was still pretty, not really happy with it. But by the time the opening bell came, you can see we had this little dip, and then from there, the bulls stepped in and bought this rally pretty good. But looking at our, the institutional pivot matrix, you can see we ran right into the sell zone, and from there, the bears stepped in and brought it all the way down. We made some really, really good trades in the room with this, and that had to do with IWM as well. But you can see this is how powerful this software is that we bounced from this level here, came up, and now these are our downside targets because we ran right into that. So if we're going to see, if the bears are going to step in on Monday, really we'd be looking at the 67.94, the 67.65, and then the 67.24 as downside targets. And if we take a look at a longer term here, the time frame with our pivots on it, you can see these match up exactly with where we're looking for the buy zone to step in. So if the bulls come in and they actually, I said if the bears come in and bring it down to these levels, most likely we're going to have some pretty good buy signals in place, and we're going to be in the buy zone. Now, if they hold that, which this may be. We may have to do this going into Monday or Tuesday, because if you remember, the 2026 trading roadmap is that we're looking for a low to hit between the 17th and the 20th. So it's going to be this week, and from there, it should be, we're going to have some dips along the way, but really what's going to happen is, these will probably be the lows made for quite some time, and we're going to head into that August time period. So if the bulls step in, this is our buy area right here. And if we take a look at a longer term on this, what we want to do, hang on one sec. So what we can see on the longer term chart of the S&P with our matrix in here is that we actually have some, this is Gann support. So if things get, say, ugly on Monday, I'm not really too sure how it's going to go, because we don't really have any buy signals yet, and we don't have any sell signals. So if the bears step in, again, we're really looking at that 67.61 and then down to the 6,700. But this is also Gann support down at the 66.29. So these would be the levels that we'll see. And again, once we hit those, then we're looking at upside targets coming all the way up here. So if we do come down, I believe we're going to see some buy signals on the S&P. And, for coming down into these, into our support zones here, this is where we want to be buying, because the next targets are probably coming all the way up to these levels here. So it's going to provide a really good buying opportunity. So, again, if the bears, if the bulls try to come up, we're looking at this as resistance. It's going to be the 68.81 and then the 69.04. And then these are the Gann targets up here, which are 69.28 and then the 69.35. So these would be the resistance areas for Gann. And if they get held down, if this holds it down, then we're looking at these levels as far as where our support level will be. So it's really, the software is working good. It's up and running. There's going to be a link in the email that's going to allow you to purchase it. Everything is all set. We've been testing it all weekend. And like I said, I'm pretty excited for it, because I think it's really going to help out a lot of traders that are trading on their own, because you can do this on really any time period. If you're going to be a day trader, you can see this, that in this area here, it came right down to the targets on it. So it went a little bit above these, and then we found resistance, and it came down to the target. But you can put these really on any time period that you want, and you can see where the support and resistance levels are. So let's take a look at IWM here, and again, we really came pretty close to the we came into the sell zone and then found support at the target that we're at. And if we go, what I did on this, I actually have two different the pivot matrices. One is the upside resistance and one is the downside support. So if this area holds it down, then we're looking at IWM to come down to the 261, and then we have our Gann targets down here that are at the 259.92 and then the 259.29. So short term, this is our resistance area, the 264.33, the 263.48, and then the 262.74. If they hold them down, these are going to be our targets that are also support. So let's take a look at the I'm sorry, the 5 minute. That's what I wanted to go to. And you can see we came, we went up to the original. We went through the original first two sell zones, but once we got close to the third, this is where we had sell signals. This is where we took a position on IWM on the short side, because we knew if it got through this line, we were simply going to get out of it, because most likely we were coming up and testing these highs at the 267. So we were able to make a very high risk reward low risk, high reward trade, and it came out perfect with it. And if we go to the 1 minute chart, and let me just hang on 1 second. Okay, so if we go to a 1 minute chart, what we want to do is find out where's the support on that. So if we take our line here and we just go from this low, well, we can go from this low here and bring it to where we are, you can see that is 290 bars, and that's right above where you can see the share. So again, we delete that. Let's see if that comes into resistance. Actually, let me do this. Hang on 1 second. Okay, so here you can see coming from this low here to the high here, this is our support area. So if we see IWM that drops on Monday and we see it find support in these levels, then we're looking up here at the upside target. So we don't have any bullish divergences here. So this is on a short-term chart. So seeing some selling and near the open wouldn't surprise me, and we'd be looking at these levels for support, and if they hold, then we're looking up these as upside targets. So the software is working awesome. Like I said, we made some pretty good money on it. You can use this with any stock, any ETF, any index, and really get some high probability trades that come in, because these are where institutions are going to be looking to buy, and then where they're going to be looking to sell is up here. So these are our resistance areas. Again, if they hold them down, these are going to be our, well, let's take a look again, because these are our targets. And the targets are right in the buy zone here. So if it holds, then we're looking at up here. But if it doesn't, then we're looking at things going a little bit lower than that. So I'm going into Monday a little bit open-minded. I'm not really taking a direction. I'm going to see if the resistance areas hold down or the support levels, and we'll take our trades from there. So if you guys are interested in having this software on your charts, it only works with Thinkorswim. But you'll see the link right there. Once payment is received on it, you automatically get the download, and you'll be able to put these onto your charts. There's instructions and everything for it. So let's see what plays out tomorrow. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.